Okay, chapter 4 test. This is test D. We are talking about velocity the velocity is measured in meters per second. So in this situation, we got to keep our units because we're talking about this velocity, and the antiderivative or the area under the curve would give you a change in the distance. And if we took derivatives, we'd get acceleration. So here we want to do the right hand 6. Well, there happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intervals here. 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, and 25 to 30. And so if we're doing right, over this interval, we got to go to the right side, which is not 0, but the 5, and go up, and that goes up to 8. And so we'd do 8 plus, in the next one, we'd go to the right side, and its height is 12, plus the right side is 18, plus right side is 23, plus 25, plus 26. And each interval is 5 wide. Each bar would be 5. So I got 20, 38, 41, 51, 61. 61 and 51 is 112. Times 5 is 560, I believe. And that should be 12 times 5 is 60. What did I do wrong? Oh, checking my answers as I work out, checking my key, and that was the wrong key. Yeah, 560. And that would be meters. Now the second one is, let's see, find it here. I had it a second ago, so I don't make some mistake. Oh, where is it? Here, it looks like it. There we go. Second one, we want to do the left 6, so the left side of this first bar would be height of 5. We're going to start with 5, and then we're going to do 8, and then 12, and everything the same. We're just not going to do the 26, and we're adding the 5. So it's 5 plus 8 plus 12 plus 18 plus 23 plus 25. And the bars are still 5 wide. 25, 50, and this is 41, is 91, times 5 is 455, and the area under velocity is distance measured in meters. Midpoint 3. Well, if there's 6 here, 3 would be every other one. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the midpoint of this one is 8. The height of the middle of this one is 18. And the height of the middle of this one is 25. And the width now is changed because we're going from 0 to 10, which is 10, 10 to 20, 10. So 18 plus 8 is 26, and 25 is 51, times 10 is 510 meters. And that's somewhere between these two, and midpoint should be between those two. And then, oh, and I forgot to say, this says decelerate, but this is actually acceleration. It's going faster. So acceleration. Got a typo there. And last, T6. Now T6, we're doing trapezoid. So we're doing 5 plus 8 divided by 2. plus 8 plus 12 divided by 2 plus, and so on, up to 25 plus 26 divided by 2. And each one of those would be 5 wide. But what that does is we get half of 5, half of 8 and half of 8, which is just 8, half of 12 and half of 12, which is 12, plus 20 plus 18 plus 23 plus 25, half of it and half of it, and then just half of 26 times 5. And I could work this out, or I can just average the left and the right. So that's 90, 105, 1005, 1015, I think. Yep, and then divide it by 2, so I can average these two, or I can work this out, and they come out to be 507.5 meters. So I got my units, and I've got done each of these rules. All right, number 2. We're supposed to find whether the low value will be on the right 5 or the left 5 from 1.5 to 9. Well, low will be on I'd use on this first bar from 1.5 to 3. I would go to the right side to stay underneath the curve, because this is an increasing graph. Now it's curved up and curved down, but the curvature doesn't make determine whether we're going to do right side or left side. It determines if you're doing midpoint. But if I got an increasing graph, then we'll want to stay under by using the height on the right side for each bar. On this bar from 3 to 4.5, I'm going to go to the right side, which is this. I'm doing the left side, left side. I'm going to go to the left side on this one. On this one, I'm going to go to the left side, which would be here, and make it. And then on the left side of this one, which is about there, and make the bar. Keeping these all underneath. So I'm going to do the left 5 cents. This is an increasing graph. Now, if it was a decreasing graph, I'd do the right side, and they would stay under. If I wanted the high, I would do the right side on an increasing graph and the left side on a decreasing graph if I want to get the high side. Okay, so there's the answer to this part. And now let's actually determine the low value. And so we're going to do left 5, and the low value is going to be, the widths. So I'm going from 1.5 to 9, and we're supposed to do 5, and so that hits evenly on this grid. It's nice that I said that. You don't have to do any fancy math. Each one's 1.5 wide, so we're going to go 1.5 times the height on the left side. This is maybe 0.9. This one looks like it's about 2. This one looks like it's about 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus this one looks like it would be about, it's close to 12. Plus, and this one we'd go up to 13-ish. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars left side on the graph. So that's 25, 32, 34, 35, 4.9 roughly. 1.5 times 34.9. Anyway, everybody's going to have maybe slightly different numbers here. This comes out to be approximately 51-ish, maybe 52-ish, something like that. And that's what I'm looking for, some kind of number like that, close to these, and using similar numbers here. So this is roughly what you get. 1.5. I'll actually do what I got here for this number. That's one of these, 34.9, and then half of that, which is 17.45. That adds to be 5, 3, carry 1, that's 11, 12, carry 1, that's 52.35. Doing the math here. But 52, something like that, is a good estimate. That's page 1.